For years, the public record around Prince Philip's death seemed straightforward. Buckingham Palace said he died peacefully at Windsor Castle, and his death certificate later listed the cause as old age. Now, a new royal biography is putting a very different detail back into the conversation, claiming the Duke of Edinburgh privately lived with inoperable pancreatic cancer for nearly 8 years before his death. On March 30th, 2006, Prince Philip was back in headlines after royal historian Hugo Vickers' upcoming book, Queen Elizabeth II, was reported to include that claim, along with new details about his final years and final hours. Before we go further, please subscribe, like, and share to support Starline Daily for more celebrity updates and trending entertainment news. The publisher lists the book for release on April 9, 2026. What matters most here is the difference between what is officially confirmed and what the new book alleges. Officially, the palace announced in April 2021 that Prince Philip had died peacefully at Windsor Castle. Separately, reporting on his death certificate said the official cause was recorded as old age. The new cancer detail is not something Buckingham Palace disclosed at the time, and as of the latest coverage, there has not been a public palace comment on the new claim. According to Vickers' account, the diagnosis dates back to June 2013, when Philip underwent exploratory abdominal surgery, after doctors reportedly found what the book describes as a shadow on his pancreas. Vickers writes that the verdict was inoperable pancreatic cancer. That is a major claim, but it is still a claim from a biography, not an officially released medical confirmation. This has not been publicly confirmed by the palace. The timeline in the book also reframes how Philip's later public life is being viewed. Vickers says that after recovering at Wood Farm on the Sandringham estate, Philip returned to public duties later in 2013, despite fears that he might not appear in public again. He remained active for several more years before officially retiring from royal duties in 2017. That part of the account helps explain why the claim has drawn such attention. It suggests he was managing a serious private illness while still maintaining a visible royal role. The story also lands differently because of what was publicly known about Philip's health near the end of his life. In early 2021, Buckingham Palace said he had undergone treatment for an infection and a successful procedure for a pre-existing heart condition after a month-long hospital stay. Then, just weeks after returning to Windsor Castle, he died on April 9, 2021, at age 99. Until now, that heart procedure and the official old age ruling were the clearest public medical markers attached to his final chapter. That is why this new book matters beyond a single headline. It does not change the official public record that his death was announced as peaceful and that his death certificate was reported as listing old age. But it does add a previously undisclosed layer to the story, suggesting that his declining health was shaped by far more than the limited public details that were known at the time. In other words, the headline is not that officials changed the cause of death. The headline is that a trusted royal biographer is now claiming there was a hidden diagnosis behind the scenes. The biography also includes more intimate details about Philip's last years, including the claim that he spent much of his post-retirement life at Wood Farm, later rejoined Queen Elizabeth II at Windsor during the COVID lockdown period, and on the last night of his life slipped away from his nurses to have a beer before dying quietly the next morning. The same reporting says the Queen was not at his bedside when he died. Those details have added emotional weight to the story, but they come from the same book and should be understood in that context. As of now, the clearest public status is this. A forthcoming book by Hugo Vickers claims Prince Philip had inoperable pancreatic cancer from 2013 until his death in 2021. But the official public record still says he died peacefully at Windsor Castle and lists old age as his cause of death. There has not been a public palace confirmation of the cancer claim, so the unresolved point is not whether the book exists or what it says. That part is clear. The unresolved point is whether Buckingham Palace or anyone else with direct official knowledge will confirm, dispute, or simply leave the claim unanswered. For now, that tension between the official record and a new insider-style biography is exactly why Prince Philip is back in headlines. Thanks for watching Starline Daily, and thank you for your support.